You know what it
Hey,
is.
what it is, what it do, come check the noise. It's the new something version of the Beastie Boys. Chucky, Mikey, I think they like me. Those haters feel wrong, they suck, so bite me. The Cool Kids, Chicago's finest rap export. Sorry, Kanye. Just dropped a triple album a few weeks ago, and it
Is it triple?
sucks. Yeah, so
Really?
They released a Cool Kids record, a Chuck English solo, and a Mikey Rock solo, all bundled. So it is a triple album from the
Uh,
Cool Kids. And
I don't know. I
it's
started
it's
listening to it and it wasn't bad. I mean,
it well, okay. So
I can get through it.
I shouldn't say it sucks. But it feels more like a playlist than an album. And I'm an album guy. So
Yeah.
like for me to see that be their approach, I kind of look at it and think like, oh, you know what? Like they made
Oh.
like
Oh wow,
30 set.
this is
Yeah,
fucking recent. I didn't
yeah,
even see
like
that this dropped.
oh yeah, like a few weeks, like last month or something. And
What
it's all cool, but like don't release like 4 hours of okay music. Cut like a solid record or a solid double album. Give me like your 40 best minutes. And I don't know. One of the things that makes the Cool Kids so important and such a memorable group is that like Chuck English is such a good producer,
mhm.
and there's really like no excuse for them to just not have like a 14 track album that's all killer, no filler. I
Right.
don't know. I just like I'm not commuting as much as I used to. I'm not running as much as I'm not really running at all. So I don't have time to listen to 4 hours of shitty like I don't have 4 hours
Four
to listen
hours
to music that's not
4 hours
God tier.
of decent music, yeah.
Right, like give me like your 12 hottest bars, and I'm all friggin' day I'm there. But I don't
Speak
know, dude.
Speaking of that, did you listen to the Dreamville tape?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, Dreamville, J. Cole's label, put out
Okay.
do you remember their Revenge of the Dreamers thing? Where it was like a it's basically a bunch of fucking art. They did like a studio boot camp over it was a couple of years ago. And they basically like it was invite only. Everybody comes, they just recorded a bunch of shit and then they wound up putting Revenge of the Dreamers 3 and it was like a bunch of verses from a bunch of different people, but like the Dreamville mainstays got like slots on it, and they just released a Gangsta Grills mixtape hosted by DJ Drama. Um, and it came out 2 weeks ago, and it's fucking fire.
I'm
So
gonna have to
good.
check that out because I'm kind of famously like a hater of J. Cole, but
That's kind of what I
I
figured.
actually I actually really like the what is it the warm up mixtape or something.
Oh, oh,
This is like 2015,
the
2014.
the one with the one with the basketball. I think
Yeah,
that's
he
Friday
does
Night
like
Lights. I think.
no, it's not that. It's called like warm up or something. I'm gonna look it
It,
up, but
no,
he has
it
like
is the warm up. Friday Night Lights is the song on it that has I think it has Kanye and all of them. It's got like
yeah,
five
I think
people.
he has a track on that like has some kind of Jay-Z flip,
Mm.
or it's like a cover, or yeah, he does like a cover or something of Dead Presidents. And I remember this is the first semester I was ever teaching college writing. I had a student put me onto this tape, and he was like, dude, you talk about Jay-Z, like you should check out this J. Cole shit. Like you like
Mm-hmm.
guys named Jay. And I remember being really into that, but I don't like his albums. And to be honest, I'm not a Kanye apologist. The guy is he's a troubled dude. His art is definitely not what it used to be.
But
But to be honest, I think J. Cole really disrespected him in that track. And I don't think that was J. Cole's place to do that.
wait, which one? Middle Child?
No, it was older. This was a couple of years ago. Um, I don't know. No role models, maybe.
Oh.
But he had like
What is it?
for my estimation, he had like a flagrant diss on Kanye. And I think without Kanye paved the road for J. Cole to like sell a million albums. And
Mm.
I think that like that's like I don't know for what, especially at that time, because I think this was like pre MAGA hat. I might be wrong, but I just felt like he was dissing Kanye at a time when he should have been like trying to uplift Kanye and like support him and try to like help rescue him from like despondency. And it felt like a cheap shot. And I've been turned off by that ever since.
So it was Middle Child and False Prophets.
False Prophets is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. On an old giraffe version of Pusha T's What Would Meek Do? I'm going to have to go back and listen to it because honestly, I remember Middle Child, really like it, but I don't remember False Prophets, so...
Yeah, it just has and like it's like a flagrant like mental health diss too. You know, it's not even like your wife's got a fat ass or AJ hit it. You know, like
yeah,
it's just like you're a fucking prick. You have bipolar disorder, loser. It's like okay, J. Cole, okay, Jermaine, like go back to Forest Hill. All right, shut up. You're mean. You're like not a nice guy. Be like kind. Be nice to Kanye. Kanye is suffering.
Yeah, Kanye is going through enough, and especially with Kim finally putting that picture of her and Pete.
Damn, that was cold.
You know, Kanye bought a whole drywall store just to punch through them bitches.
Yeah, man. See, and that's the thing. I don't know. I like rap beef. I think that like Pusha T, Drake, the story of Addion was like the best thing to happen to rap music, whatever year that happened.
Still like, disgusting.
But just like, to me, there are lines that you can't cross. And from what I remember, and I haven't listened to it in a long time, but I remember feeling like that J. Cole song just crossed a line.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and listen to it because honestly, I don't remember the False Prophets.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a really vanilla, like barely an insult, and I'm just like, oh my god, you're such an asshole.
What a hot take to have.
Like the bar is like Kanye wears dorky sneakers, and I'm just like, fuck that, he's such an asshole.
Bro, J. Cole needs to be fucking nicer, dog.
He should be uplifting Kanye instead of saying that he wears jean shorts. You know,
dude, I love Bjorn Ben.
Bjorn.
That was a quick nap.
Yeah, he was vibes. Strictly vibes from the boy.
Should we get it started?
Oh, you want to be on task today? Yeah, let's get it going.
Welcome back, everybody, to Show and Tell with Tone and Tone. I am Tone.
The voice that you're hearing right now is Tone.
And we are back with another episode of Show and Tell, the only show where we're picking sides. Okay, no, I can do this. Run it back.
Deep breath, bud.
Welcome back to Show and Tell with Tone and Tone. I am Tone.
The voice you're hearing is Tone.
Oh, there we go. Strapped to the chest is super fan supporter number 1, Bjorn Beans, Ben Bjorn, Jason Bjorn. Holy fuck, it's Jason Bjorn. But yeah, so this is welcome back to Show and Tell. This is the only show where we are picking sides in the J. Cole and Kanye beef years later. Again, still
or like
not
at least
supported.
5 years later.
Again, number 1 podcast not supported by father-in-laws. We don't support driving and podcasting. And yeah,
not on the main feed anyway.
Not on the main feed. It's gonna be a Twitter exclusive.
Like Instagram Live. I feel like Instagram Live is like the Wild West of like you can see anything on Instagram Live.
Dude, my cousin, semi-related, my cousin the other day hit me up and was like, bro, I got to start doing Instagram Reels.
Ew,
like, that's what he hit me with. He makes music, and he's got a couple of mentors who are like, yeah, you got to push social media harder, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, making Reels is not that hard. It's like making TikToks. Like, you just post your phone up and start, like, it doesn't have to be weird, but he made it weird.
Well, that's family, right?
Yeah, you know. That's it. It be like that.
It
Uh,
do be like that.
uh, blah, blah, blah. What are we doing? What are we here
TV
for
shows.
today?
You're.
Oh,
Last time I brought Severance to show and tell, and now we're gonna hear what you brought to the.
sorry. That was my innie speaking. I just just switched to my outie.
You yeah. You gotta go down the elevator.
Dude,
That was right.
that's so fucking gross. I wish that they would come up with some kind of better name because innie and outie for for that.
Well, it's really funny not to go back to talking about Severance. It's really funny because when those terms are introduced, it's by like a protester saying that Lumen is evil, and they're like, "Your Annie probably fucking hates you," And Adam Scott is like, "Well, my Audi fucking hates you, nerd." And then like in the next episode, you hear the corporate people using the terminology. So I don't know. That was a little interesting thing. But anyway,
See, like
enough.
that's just yeah. Anyways, so weird. I think that's what's gonna keep me off of Apple TV.
No, you
Just-
gotta watch it. It's so good.
So, anyways, for my show and tell, I brought something. This is
An
my
object. Oh shit.
this is my Moon Knight Marvel verse comic that I have started but I haven't gotten into very much. But so the show I wanted to talk about is the new Moon Knight show.
Starring my boy Oscar Isaac.
Bro, Oscar Isaac. I don't think I've ever watched anything. Oh no, I thought he was
He's in the new
Pedro,
Star Wars movies.
and wasn't he in Dune?
He wasn't doing. Yeah, he plays Timothy Chalamet's father, I believe.
Oh my God, General Akbar.
No,
Sorry,
that's
it's
from
Admiral.
Star Wars, not Dune. You dipshit.
It's Admiral.
No, so actually, in Dune, if we were to make Dune a metaphor, you are Timothy Chalamet, and I am
Timothy Chalamet.
Oscar Isaac, because I'm your father.
Oh my God.
You're doing great, son. I'm proud of you.
Wouldn't Ben be Timothy Chalamet?
No, Ben is too young to be my son.
But yeah, so Oscar Isaac, absolutely fucking killing it in Moon
Yes,
Knight.
dude. Good. I don't
Um,
know anything about Moon Knight. So you
Oh
got
my
you got a lot of work to do in this
So
episode.
Let me grip
Excuse
the mic. Well, let me white knuckle the mic. So yeah, so
Hold
Moon
it like
Knight,
a shake weight. Hold it like do a shake weight.
shake weight. Okay, so
Alright,
Moon
cool.
Knight is Marvel's the way I look at Marvel and DC characters, I try to equate them, make a 1-to-1. And Moon Knight would be the closest to Batman. Funny enough that we talked about Batman in the last episode. And even funnier because this new Batman, the Robert Pattinson, is
More like Robert Pattinson.
that's what I said.
Oh.
But yeah, more like Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson is playing a more gritty Batman, more violent. And I feel like they could have made it I don't know if it's R. Is it rated R? Anyways, how long are you gonna keep that squat? How long can you keep that squat?
I'm in more pain than I've ever experienced in my life.
A Bjorn squat?
Dude, this is good for my quads. Oh no, cramping. There you go, the old groin muscle.
So anyways, Moon Knight is like Batman, and his whole thing is that he has split personality, dissociative identity disorder, DID.
Oh, cool.
And in the comics, there's a couple of different explanations for that. Either that he's always had it, or when he met this Egyptian god who gave him powers and resurrected him, that split his personalities. So in the TV show, not sure where it's going right now, whether he's always had it or this god split his personalities. So yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting how they're doing the TV show because it's not following the comics directly, and it's sort of changing up the characters. So the main Moon Knight personalities there's three humans. So there's, oh my god, Mark Spector, who is the original guy.
Which I don't mean to interrupt. Which one is like the central, like the main personality?
Mark Spector.
Mark Spector. Okay. Can I just say that's like a cool ass comic book name?
It's so cool. Oh my god, Mark Spector is like a fucking, like you gotta be somebody cool if you're having that name.
Yeah, that rules. That's a sick name. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to know where the center was.
No, you're totally cool. Did you turn your camera off? Is Bjorn doing some business?
What?
Is your camera off on purpose, or did that?
It is.
Happen?
Yeah. I don't want to be gross, but I had to do a quick cleanup on my my AirPods.
Okay.
I was having a little earwax issue, and it was driving me absolutely bananas. So what I'm doing behind the scenes, fans of the Patreon supporters can get this content. I had to Q-tip my ears, and I'm Q-tipping my pods.
Dude, that reminds me. Both of my little brothers, when I've seen their AirPods, they're fucking caked in earwax, and I don't understand how people can let that happen.
Dude, it's so they're a gross AirPod. Horrid.
It's well. Oh my god! Okay. Like when I saw my
brothers, I am back in the AirPods. My ears are not bothering me.
When I saw my brothers, I literally took it out of his ear. I was like, "Bro, how do you even hear out of this?" He's like, "Leave me alone, man. Leave me alone." So, anyways, back on track from our earwax detour
excursion.
I don't even know what I was gonna say. Anyways, so Mark Spector is the main person. This is all in the comics. I'm not sure about the TV show yet, but
have you watched it?
Yeah. So actually, a new episode is dropped today. So
right. Disney does the Wednesday.
Yeah,
the Wednesday drop,
which is kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
No, I like it. I like it because a lot of shit comes out on Friday and Saturday, so it's good to have something midweek.
Yeah. What was the other? I think they did Thursday before, but yeah, Wednesday just kind of throws me off because it's the middle of the week.
Fair.
But so anyway, new episode comes out today, and they're only doing 6 episodes in this season, so something big is going to happen today.
Is this the 6th episode?
No, this is the 3rd episode. But so in the comics, and I am just recently getting into comics, like within the past, I don't know, six months probably. But this show, Moon Knight was the only character that I knew absolutely nothing about, so I was like, might as well read some comics, read a couple of series, to get some base knowledge for the show. So, in my research, what I found, Mark Spector is the main guy. He is personality 1, and he was a mercenary, Black Ops, special agent killer, bad guy. He was a bad guy, kind of. I don't know. Whatever. So Mark Spector goes to Egypt, dies, and he finds this statue of the Egyptian god of the moon and vengeance, Khonshu, who resurrects him and sort of makes a deal with him like, I will bring you back and give you these powers, but you have to be my avatar. You have to carry out my vengeance.
Nice.
And so it's kind of like it sounds to me at first initial reading was like, oh, that's kind of a sweet deal, you know, like he's doing good, but he's more of an anti-hero because when he has these supernatural powers that are enhanced by the moon, so he's kind of like a werewolf, and
That is sick.
in this, that's where he gets kicked off because this book has like his first appearances.
Mm-hmm.
So at the beginning, he was like fighting werewolves and shit, which is badass.
That's pretty nasty, like in a good way.
Yeah, it's like so cool, so sweet, and he's kind of got like all the gadgets like Batman. So Mark Spector is one personality, and then Moon Knight is another personality. And then there's a cab driver who is Jake Lockley.
Also a good comic book name.
Very, very cool name. He has a cool personas. And in the show they gave him another one, Stephen Grant, which is just a good like nobody name, which is kind of what he is in the show. Like it's just a very unassuming, you know, he's kind of a nobody. And that's where in the show that's all we've kind of seen. He's just kind of like an idiot, and the other personalities are like, oh fuck, not this guy again.
Yeah, well, because it looks like in the trailers that I've seen, it looks like there's like a moment where he has his powers, but he doesn't know where they came from or what the deal is. So is that like Stephen Grant?
Yeah. So in the show, that's why it's kind of that's why I think it's interesting how they're doing it, because they introduced us to Stephen Grant, the character that Oscar Isaac has played in the first 2 episodes has mainly been Stephen Grant, who's kind of just like a guy bumbling around being like, I have like mental problems, but I don't know the extent. He knows he's just fucked up.
Right.
So like he chains himself to the bed because he knows he like gets out at night and like he can't remember stuff. And he's very like unassuming, like he's just trying to go about his day, which how I think they're doing it is that, which I think they might, this is a potential spoiler, but I mean we're 3 episodes in, so I don't know if there's nothing is confirmed, but what I think is that Stephen Grant is just a facet of Mark Spector. Like Mark Spector is the real person. And I think he created this, he or the god that is in his head made Stephen Grant to like forget all of the atrocities that he's done.
Right.
Sort of like
as the war god or whatever.
Yeah. I think that Stephen Grant came about to sort of protect himself from feeling that guilt from killing people and being a
nice,
which is cool, but I think it's gonna be revealed that Stephen Grant isn't a real person. And I think that I don't know. I like Stephen, and I think he's a cool character, and he's like it's very sad. Like he has no friends. Like the only person he talks to is like this gold painted man in the park, and everybody's just like, yeah, Steven, you fucking suck. Like everybody just talks shit to him, and I'm like, he's so like he's just trying.
He's just out there trying to live.
Just try to do his best.
Let the poor bastard have a smile. Jeez. That sounds really cool and really unlike the way it's being advertised.
Yeah, so it's really complicated. Because that's only 2 of the personalities. So, well, 3. So right now there's Steven, who is kind of a bumbling nobody. Mark, who's this badass like. So in the trailer, this is first episode, so kind of not spoilers. There's like this thing that's coming to attack him, and Oscar Isaac looks in a mirror, and one of his reflections looks back at him, and he's like, Steven, let me take control. let me save us. And it's just like, oh fuck, that's like,
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. That's sweet.
it's cool. So Mark is like this badass dude who just like just takes care of whatever because he's also a killer.
Right, which we don't endorse on this program.
Absolutely not. Zero killing. This is a zero killing podcast.
We're in the murder. We might as well call the podcast "No Murdering" because this is a murder-free zone.
So right now, there's Steven, Mark, Moon Knight, which I think only Mark can control Moon Knight because it's sort of like that's
because like that personality is the one that has the arrangement with the Egyptian war god or whatever.
Right. But what we saw in like this last episode, Mark and Steven are fighting for control over Oscar Isaac's body.
Mm-hmm.
So Steven had control at one point, and he's like, and Mark is like, let me do it. Let me take care of it. Let me do it. And Steven's like, no, I fucking got this. I can do it. And so he's like, okay, well, you need a suit. Like talking about like his Moon Knight costume. He needs this suit. But Steven is this bumbling idiot, so he's like, oh, I need a suit. So that's where we see like that's where you see like the white suit with the mask, which in the comics is another personality, and his name is Mr. Knight. And that aspect is like a detective, works with the police.
Oh, cool.
Also fights crime, but is more of like where Moon Knight is like, I'm going to just beat the shit out of everything and just start killing these werewolves and shit. Moon Knight is like, or Mr. Knight is like a detective, sort of looks into shit and handles things with violence as necessary. But I think what they're doing with the show is that Mark is going to control Moon Knight, which is going to be the hyper-aggressive, and Steven is going to control Mr. Knight, which is more of like a cautious, still has superpowers, but like...
Yeah.
Which is not how it is in the comic, which is cool.
The way you're describing that is really interesting to me because it sounds like a sort of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde scenario.
Yeah.
But where a third and fourth personality are the ones controlling the Dr. Jekyll and that is really neat.
There are theories that there's a third personality, and then, you know, the Egyptian god, they don't know if like that's a personality or if that's just this god who is like in his head. So it's very complicated. Very excited for today's episode.
Yeah, I'm going to hop on that like immediately. That sounds really cool.
I think it'll be super cool. Well, I mean, I already fucking think it's cool. But if I could also show off
dude.
My prized. This is where I really hope it goes. Blade.
No. Oh, right. Well, okay, wait. What's the connection there?
So,
I mean, Blade rules. I'm all about it. Like, let's go. But,
dude,
like, what's the connection?
Blade is so fucking awesome.
Yes.
Let me just take a moment. I know we've already talked about this, but for anybody watching, do yourself a favor. Go watch Blade with Mr. Wesley Snipes.
Yes.
This is, I think, the first Marvel movie, technically, and it is by far the best one. It's action, like, it's funnier than most Marvel movies, and I don't think it's trying to be. It's trying to be
that's the crucial difference, right? Blade,
and the third one also has Ryan Reynolds.
No way. Oh my god.
And he sucks in it. He sucks.
Yeah, I bet he does. I bet he does.
But so the connection, so since Moon Knight is like this mystical, gets his powers from an ancient Egyptian god from the moon, he is he's more of a mystical character, whereas Blade, the living vampire, is also in that camp because he's a supernatural. Blade is a vampire,
right?
and Moon
Played by
Knight-
Wesley Snipes.
Yes. Well, the new one is going to be
Marshala Ali.
Marshala Ali. Yeah, I couldn't think of
Good.
it.
He's so good. I mean, he kind of looks like Wesley Snipes too a little bit.
He kind of, and I think he's going to kill it. I mean,
Yeah, he's spectacular in every single movie I've ever seen him in.
I really one of my favorite scenes, and I'm gonna put it in right here.
Freeze! Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
Like, I really hope that they remake that scene and
Yes.
have Marsha Ali say that, because that is the peak Blade. It's so goofy, and I don't think they'll go as goofy because
Of course not.
MCU is a big property now. It's gotta do numbers, but I really hope that they go goofy with the new Blade.
Do you want to hear a true confession?
Of course.
Do you know a trilogy of movies I've never seen?
The Blade Trilogy?
The Blade Trilogy, yeah.
Well, maybe we can do that. Maybe we sit
On the Patreon.
Our Patreon is
the Prof D Blade recap.
It's so I tried to get Renee to watch them with me, and she pieced out halfway through the first one, and it I literally would just keep pausing it and keep telling her, I was like, "Nay, I know you're not watching this, but this is what happened." And she's like, "I don't care." But
That
so
is
good.
great.
They're so bad, they're so good.
Is Blade your Twister?
I really think I want it to be. I haven't watched it as many. I have not watched it. I wouldn't even say a quarter of the times you've watched.
You know what,
Twister.
man? It's not how many times you watch it; it's how it makes you feel.
I don't know. I think Shrek might be my Twister.
Shrek is your Twister, yeah. Shrek is your Twister.
Shrek is definitely my Twister, but Blade is definitely. Oh my gosh, is he passed out again?
He is passed out again. Yeah, let's do a vibe check. Yeah, he's done. He's done. Back at it. Good for you, bud.
Oh,
let's get your nap on the clock here. Shrek is definitely your Twister because anytime Rachel sees Shrek on TV, she's like, I know what Tone's doing.
I think my favorite Shrek moment was when I was in where was I? Cleveland, Cincinnati? I don't know. I was somewhere in Ohio, on a job with my boss, who at this point I had worked with maybe 3-4 months. Like, I did not know this man as well as I do now. And he's like, let's grab some dinner. We'll eat it in the hotel rooms. I was like, oh, okay, let's do it. So he comes back to my hotel room because I had the bigger room. And I'm flipping through channels. I was like, oh, we're not going to sit here in silence. Let me just see what's fucking on. And
right.
Shrek was on. And it was, there was still probably about an hour left in the movie. And I was like, how do I kick this guy out without kicking him out? I was like, I know. I'll just play Shrek and just start quoting Shrek. He sat there and watched Shrek with me the whole time and just
no,
gave
he
me,
didn't.
I swear to God. And he kept giving me weird looks when I would quote it. And it was so funny. And now he's just like, we'll talk about Shrek. And I love Shrek.
I love that. So you put it on and you're like, I'm going to like Shrek so much it annoys this guy. So he leaves. And what happened was you found a new meaningful thing to connect over. That's great, dude. That's great.
Shrek. I mean, how many more times can I say it? Shrek is
You can
love.
say it as many times as you want.
And Shrek is life. Have you ever watched that video?
You have probably sent it to me.
I'm gonna send it to you again. It's definitely not for the podcast. It's not even for Ben's eye, for Ben's eyes or ears.
Ben's asleep, so it don't matter.
Bro.
I was thinking of the Shrek extended universe. If we can take a second
The Shrekiverse?
to dip into the world of the wider world of popular culture. Did you see that Smash Mouth got a new lead singer?
No.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Steve Harwell, who I used to be Facebook friends with, by the way,
Oh
left the
my
band
god.
for personal reasons. I think maybe he had like an illness. It was like an illness situation, maybe. But he left the band and they got a new singer. So presumably Smash Mouth is gonna be playing live music somewhere soon because
He's
like
gonna
if you're like an old band that's just not making new music, you don't get a new lead singer unless you're like gonna do a tour.
planning to do
So
some shit.
would you see Smash Mouth just to hear them play All Star and the
The
I'm a
other one,
Believer cover from Shrek? Would you go and see them?
I 100% would.
Yeah, you would. And
And
you know what?
and those are the only two Smash Mouth songs I know.
Well, okay, so the thing about Smash Mouth is those are the only two songs you need to know. Smash. They're good. I mean, they're not. They're very bad, but like they're like a good representative of an era in music. Yeah, you get it. I bet Blade is objectively better than Smash Mouth though.
Blade is honestly one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but I
That
love
can't
it.
be true.
No, yeah, I've seen a lot of bad movies, but Blade is fucking it's a wild ride. There's no way to describe it. You just have to watch it because at the end you're going to be just as confused as the beginning.
That's the best kind of movie, in my opinion, other than
Like
Twister.
like I had fucking tears in my eyes watching Blade, and I was like, this is a serious action adventure movie.
Mhm.
Wesley Snipes is not playing this up for laughs, but it is so funny.
I love
So
that.
funny.
I love that.
So yeah,
I'm gonna watch it.
I would definitely go to a Smash Mouth concert. All the Blade movies are on HBO.
See you later.
Well, at least watch the first one and let me know.
Everybody's getting an A on the homework this week. I'm gonna watch the Blade trilogy tonight.
The whole trilogy, dude.
I don't give a shit. What is it? 9 hours? I got time.
Probably. Honestly,
I got Beans, man. Beans keeps a busier schedule than I do. I'm gonna be up all night anyway.
120 minutes. This one's got to be, dude. And the funniest thing, so the reason why I have the trilogy, because I was again with my boss and we were on a job somewhere, and his thing is he likes to go to Goodwills. So I'm like, yeah, I'll walk in. I had just watched Blade, and I was like, let me see if I can find the Blade DVD, because I don't have DVDs anymore.
I know it was cool for you to pull out a DVD. That was unexpected. That was cool.
Like I don't have DVDs anymore, but I went to this one Goodwill, and I found the second one. And I was like, oh, okay. I literally was just talking about this. I was telling Renee how funny would it be if I went and got them. I was like,
Boom.
Okay, I can't just get the second one. I was like,
Yeah,
I
you
need
gotta,
at least
you gotta have them all.
I need at least if I'm gonna get one, I have to get it the first one. But I would love to get all three. So I'm sitting there going through all the DVDs, and I find the third one. And not only the third one, but it's like the unrated platinum version with
The holographic cover.
with 2 discs loaded with special features. And
Wow.
and then the next Goodwill we went to had the first one, so I was like, okay.
Dude, you did it, man. I love that. That's great.
In one day I collected the trilogy.
They they were the Pokemon and you caught them all.
So yeah, hopefully Moon Knight intersects with the new Blade.
Is that like something that you personally are hoping for? Are there like Reddit forums talking about how it might happen?
No, there's definitely
I'm not shitting on you. This is like a sort of widely accepted theory.
Yeah. So
Cool.
Really, there's Moon Knight, Blade, and Ghost Rider, which we could either
Speaking of Ryan Reynolds. Or no, that was Nick Cage.
That was Nick Cage. I was going to say we could either get a reboot of Nick Cage or we see the old Nick Cage, which those were...
That would be hot. Those movies were also very bad.
Did you see the Nick Cage movie where he plays himself?
I can't. Well, I haven't seen it, but I can't wait to. That's called like the intolerable cruelty of being fan or something like that.
It's some like
the Mandalorian's in it, right? Pedro
yeah,
Pascal is in it.
Pedro Pascal, yeah.
That movie looks hilarious.
I can't wait to see it.
Rachel got me an AMC gift card for our anniversary because she knows how much a night out at the movies means to me, and I'm probably going to be cashing that in on that Nick Cage movie. It's either going to be Nick Cage, or if I can make it, I mean, you know, I go out once every 4 months, so it's either going to be Nick Cage or the new Top Gun movie that comes out this summer that I'm going hard. I'm getting 2 buckets of popcorn, fucking 64 ounces of Dr. Pepper. I'm going to be in the shit, actively getting physically sick from how much garbage I eat during the 2.5-hour movie.
Dude, I meant to send you this tweet I saw the other day because it made me so mad. It was like, who just looks at Dr. Pepper and is like, yo, I want to drink that? I'm like,
whoever tweeted that is an op. That's Russian propaganda. I don't want to hear about that.
Dr. Pepper's slanderism is Russian propaganda.
Yeah, that's fake, dude. The Kremlin put that out. They're trying to divide us.
That's the name of this episode.
The Kremlin put that out. They're trying to divide us.
Oh, man.
Dude,
I didn't know you like Top Gun that much.
I unironically am obsessed with Top Gun. I think that movie is far and away the funniest fucking movie. It's the best comedy. It's the best action flick. It's the best gay porn. It's the best American war propaganda. That movie owns so hard. And I'll explain to you why. Let me explain. Can I just give you my 30-second thesis on Top Gun?
on Twister, no. I've already heard
You can't convince me that what I'm about to say to you is not true. Okay?
Tell me.
So, Top Gun.
I will tell you my well, I'll just tell you now. I've never seen Top Gun.
Fuck you. No, that's okay. I've never seen Blade, so I can't be mad. So Top Gun came out in 1986, right?
Wow, I was
that means in 1985 there were a bunch of Hollywood movie guys sitting in a bathroom doing just a mountain of coke. Okay? And one of them went like this. One of them was like, "You guys, guitar solos sound like jet engines." And the other guys were like, "Holy fuck, you're right." And then they left the bathroom. They went to a bar, drank $1,000 of liquor, went to the jukebox, and heard the Kenny Loggins song "Danger Zone," which is not true because Kenny Loggins wrote that for the movie. And they were like, the guitar solo sounds like
they heard Kenny Loggins and they're like, "We need this guy right now."
They were like,
"Someone
this
get Kenny
fucking
Loggins
guitar. This guitar sounds like an F-16 shooting down a Russian MiG. Let's go." And then they ran to the office. They did more blow, and they pounded out the Top Gun script. That's how Top Gun was invented, because someone had the nerve. Okay, somebody had the absolute brass balls to say guitar solo, jet engine, similar.
That's it. That's the whole movie,
and that's fucking cool. Because the whole movie, all right, there are actors in it. There's a story. But really, what that movie is about saying, hey, kind of similar to that movie is an absolute hypodermic needle of Red Bull, adrenaline, and methamphetamines straight in the vein. Yeah, well, of course, testosterone.
You know, I know that Top Gun is one of those movies that's like a cult classic.
It's not a cult classic. It's a classic.
Okay, a classic. What's the difference between a cult classic and a classic?
A cult classic is widely popular among small audiences, and a classic is widely popular among all audiences, or mainstream audiences. So, let me give you an example.
Shrek would be a cult classic.
Marvel's The Avengers, that's a classic. Wesley Snipes' Blade Trilogy, cult classic.
The Room by
Cult
Tommy
classic.
Wiseau.
Cult classic. That's the perfect example of what a cult classic is.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. So
No, Top Gun has major appeal.
Gotcha. Because it has Tom Cruise in his middle tooth.
That's right. That's right. Meg Ryan is in that movie. Fucking.
Who else is in it?
Okay, so the hottie in that movie, her name is Kathy McGinnis. I mean, she was famous in the 80s.
Is the new Top Gun gonna have all of those old people in it, or is it a reboot?
Okay, so
not old people, like not saying...
right. No, it is a continuation. I mean, it's a continuation of those characters' lives. So like Tom Cruise is playing. Yeah, so Tom Cruise is playing himself as an old guy. Val Kilmer is playing himself as an old guy. He's in the original as a hotshot pilot. And then
Tom Cruise Iceman, or is he the other one?
No, Tom Cruise is Maverick. Val Kilmer is Iceman.
Gotcha.
And then the main character of the second movie is that guy. What's his name? He was in Whiplash. He was in not War Dogs.
Biff.
Huh?
I just said Biff.
Biff?
Like from Back to the Future.
What is your problem?
Dude, I'm so bad with names and peoples and everything, so I just have to...
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Okay.
I'm looking it up. You're gonna Miles Teller. Okay, so Miles Teller is in it, and he plays the son of Meg Ryan and Tom Cruise's wingman from the first movie.
Is there going to be a volleyball scene in this movie?
Yes, it's in the trailer. You want to hear a funny story about the volleyball scene?
Yeah, you could tell me because I know nothing about it. I have just expended all of my Top Gun knowledge.
The volleyball scene in Top Gun 1, this is going to surprise you, is not like pivotal to the plot.
I figured it wasn't.
And I'll take it a step further and say that there isn't really a plot to Top Gun. It's like a week in Tom Cruise's life. So my brother and I, when we were little, we watched a lot of TV, watched a lot of movies. So like when we were like playing, like our play, we would be like using our toys and shit to like make up stories about movies and TV shows that we like. You know what I mean? Like we would be doing our own Star Wars story, our own James Bond stories. So we used to like quote movies a lot at each other when we were little, or just run around the house and yell movie lines at each other. And at the end of the volleyball scene in Top Gun, Tom Cruise is leaving the volleyball game to go like have a date with a lady, which is a whole like we could read that scene through Freud and really come up with some interesting conclusions. And Val Kilmer and Tom Cruise is like, I gotta go bang my teacher, and which is true. She's his teacher in the show. It's really inappropriate.
Jesus.
Do not condone student-teacher relations, period. We are against that on the Show and Tell podcast.
This is the only student-teacher relationship we approve of.
That's exactly right. Podcasting. Platonic podcasting. So Tom Cruise is leaving, and Val Kilmer calls him a pussy. And we like... Okay, so now that I'm old, I understand what happened. After that scene, my parents paused the movie and said, hey, why don't you guys go get some snacks? And actually, that's the scene when Tom Cruise bangs Kathy McGinnis. So they did a little fast forward while we were in the kitchen. Damn. But so they paused the movie right after that scene. And they were like, hey, why don't you guys go in the kitchen? So me and Steve were exiting the room, like imitating the way Tom Cruise walked away from the volleyball scene. And Steve yelled, and Steve yelled, like little 7-year-old Steve or whatever. Steve was like, see you later, pussies. And my parents were like, no. That's not one of those words you say, bud. I will never, ever forget that shit. Oh, man. Yeah, dude, Top Gun, it's a classic. I watch it. Be in town this summer. We'll watch it. I get drunk and watch it on the 4th of July every year.
Oh, my God. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, listen, and I've done this every year for the last, can't even remember.
Since 1986?
I was not alive in 1987, but you know how it is. Like me and Rachel will have a little morning cocktails for the United States, and then she naps it off. And while she's napping it off, I'm peaked. So I'm like screaming along. You know, like the scene when Spider-Man pops up at the end of the Endgame? That's me. Like, I'm that audience watching Top Gun.
Dude,
And
that might be what I do today.
and then we have lunch and watch Independence Day.
Again, that's another one I have not
That's
seen.
like, you haven't seen Independence Day?
No, I'm only 24.
I wonder that movie's going to hit different after the slap.
Hit different pun. Dude, how fucking stupid. Oh my God.
We can't even talk about it.
Yeah, we
This
literally
episode is,
we can't. We can't.
we just can't. There's nothing to say about it. It wasn't nice.
The slap.
It was funny. That's it.
Yeah.
It was funny, was not nice. End of tweet.
The only other thing I will say about it, on the Dreamville tape, DJ Drama is talking his shit on one of the songs, and he goes, blah blah blah. Don't get Chris rocked out your socks. He's like, keep our names out your fucking mouth. Done.
That is hilarious.
And I was like, holy shit. Because when the mixtape dropped was maybe like a week after the slap. And I was like, damn, that was too fucking soon. But
Yeah,
it was
that's
really
hilarious. No, that's really funny. I can just hear DJ Drama's big dumb voice yelling that. Like, that's
Dude,
I'm gonna check that out today.
It's amazing. Great. Like, overall, the project is great. And I think Ari Lennox has the two best songs on it. Which is weird coming from me. Like, normally I'm listening.
Yeah, dude.
I'm listening for the best bars, but I think they gave
Sure.
Ari Lennox two of the hardest beats, and she absolutely destroys them.
There you go.
So,
What more
right.
do you want?
let's
Should
roll.
we talk about video games so that our TV episode can be more about music, movies, and video games than TV shows? I fucking knew this was gonna happen, dude.
Well, you know, we talked about TV shows.
Yeah,
And
you know what? And I'm talking shit. I'm really excited to check out Moon Knight. So you did a good job talking it up.
I am going to hop off this once we're done, and I'm gonna go watch the third episode, and I'm gonna text you, dude.
My man.
You need to do it, and
Wait,
then I think I'm gonna watch Top Gun today.
You absolutely listen. Top Gun. It's utterly brainless. It's so funny. My tip to you, depending on how you respect your neighbors, watch it really fucking loud. Because I'm like, oh yeah, it's like a guitar solo. It sounds like an airplane. It like that movie is better the louder you can play it.
So the only neighbors I have are right next door, and they're two college bros. So maybe they might just
invite
knock on
them
the
over
door and
tell
be
them
like,
to bring a keg. Tell them to bring a keg.
yeah, they might just knock on the door and be like, bro, you're watching Top Gun? You need some help?
Yeah, they're gonna be like, you guys want to go play volleyball down on Lakeshore?
Hey, I mean, Renee's
Yes.
gone all weekend, so I might just have a Top Gun weekend. All right, let's roll. See what we're talking about next. What are we kicking off?
I can't wait to talk more about movies, music, and video games.
Oh shit. Okay, we got a 19. Let's see.
I don't know that we've had that yet.
I don't think we have either, but let's see. 19 is YouTube channels.
Oh God.
I can kick it off because I have so many to choose from.
This might be the very first episode where I refuse to participate.
I do one episode and then I do the second episode.
Yeah, you could just do both.
The second episode starts with you being like, I forfeit my time. And then
I yield my time to the chair. No, I'm gonna be like, no, it's gonna be like, I'll put like the Zoom background is just gonna be like me, like, and then you can be like, I'm Tony, my favorite YouTube channel is fucking Crazy Taxi or whatever. I don't know.
Crazy Taxi. I love Crazy Taxi.
That was a good game.
Crazy Taxi was a good game.
I'll think of something.
I really like the Simpsons version of it.
Hit and Run.
No, well, I mean, I love Hit and Run, but Simpson also did a Crazy Taxi spinoff. I forget what I think it was called. Road Rage. Worth checking out. But anyways, I think that's it.
Good episode.
Great app.
Moon
We both have recommendations to. We both have homework.
Homework.
Real shit. I'm gonna text you sometime this weekend after I've watched Top Gun.
I will watch Moon Knight tonight.
I'm ready because I'm about to go watch the mid-season, wherever the fuck it's at. So all right,
Brilliant.
I think that's it. Peace. I have been Tone.
I have been Tone as well.